Coming up, new details about the sailor charged with arson in the fire that destroyed the USS Bonhomme Richard.
Sheriff Gore is not seeking re-election. We talked to him about lessons he's learned and what's next for the department.
The first debate of the gubernatorial recall election is about to start in Orange County, and News 8 is there.
A free camp at Tourmaline Surf Park is giving a chance for children with autism to love the sport of surfing.
Recognize this face? What about this move? Meet the local woman who threw out that iconic first pitch at Friday's Padres game.
And the San Diego success story, how Elaine Swan's School of Protocol
teaches the next generation how to succeed.
News 8 at 6 starts now.
For the first time, we're hearing from an attorney representing the sailor charged with arson for the fire that destroyed the USS Bonhomme Richard. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Jessica Pagan. News 8's David Goffredson's on the story, also getting his hands on new court records describing the sailor as a Navy SEAL dropout who hated the military.
My client has maintained his innocence throughout the investigation.
This is a photo of sailor Ryan Sawyer Mays, included in a newly unsealed search warrant. "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," is the caption Mays posted with the photo. 1 month before a fire below deck destroyed the USS Bonhomme Richard on July 12th of last year. In the warrant, Mays is described as a Navy SEAL dropout who hated the military, a claim his defense attorney disputes.
He's always been proud to have served in the Navy. People going through that program to be a SEAL, it's got a high attrition rate, and people drop out all the time.
Mays is now charged in military court with aggravated arson and damaging a Navy vessel. According to the search warrant, a fellow sailor was, quote, 90% sure he saw Mays carrying a bucket while going down into the area of the ship where the fire started right before flames broke out.
You know, it sounds to me like there may be some hesitancy on the sailor's part, who claims that he saw my client. You know, during COVID, the crew was all required to wear masks.
177 sailors were interviewed as part of the investigation, and according to the records, only Mays described smelling burning fuel and rubber. Investigators believe the fire was started with either diesel or jet fuel. The 20-year-old suspect was initially taken to the brig at Miramar, where 2 master-at-arms sailors claim they heard him talking to himself, saying he was guilty.
He denies making any admissions to anybody, and he's always denied any involvement in the fire on board the Bonhomme Richard.
That search warrant also says fire hoses were either cut or removed from the area where the fire started. If convicted on both counts, Mays faces a maximum prison sentence of 35 years. Carla?
David, this is a big development. Is Mays still with the Navy, and is he currently in custody?
His attorney says he is out of custody, but he is still with the Navy here in San Diego, serving at Naval Station San Diego. His family lives in Kentucky.
David Goffredson reporting live. Thanks, David.
4 of the candidates ready to take Governor Gavin Newsom's job are debating in Orange County tonight.
Former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer is among the gubernatorial recall candidates who just took the stage at the Richard Nixon Presidential Library in Yorba Linda.
Our political reporter Morgan Reiner has more on the selection process for this debate and who declined to participate.
The Nixon Foundation used a metric they've been using for 30 years to help dwindle down the list to the ones we will see tonight. But there are some people who made the list and still decided not to participate. We have Governor Gavin Newsom himself. We have conservative talk show host Larry Elder and Caitlyn Jenner.
It was a complete and total victory.
Polls out this week put conservative talk show host Larry Elder at the top of the recall list if a majority of people voted to oust Governor Newsom.
If the election were held today, if Newsom were recalled, Larry Elder would be replacing him.
But you won't see Elder at the first recall debate. He's attending a fundraiser.
There's many factors looming against Newsom, but there's also enough time and enough money for him to shore up his base
Newsom's base is going to be crucial, says Core Decision Analytics President Adam Rosenblatt.
It's all going to be about turnout.
How do you get the voter to turn out for you during a debate? Director of the Project for the Informed Electorate at Sacramento State, Kim Nalder, says it's about making headlines.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Like Kamala Harris did during the vice presidential debate.
What matters more than anything for these folks, sadly, is not, long dissertations about policy, but having something punchy that will be the pull-out quote that will be used in the article about it.
But for those who do tune in, she said among other more complicated questions, voters are asking themselves a simple one.
It's, that the old, who would you like to have a beer with test, right? Like, does this person come across as someone I just generally like, or do they seem like somebody who's on the side of people like me?
At this point, we can only make educated guesses on what the topics that are going to be covered in this 90-minute-long debate. Of course, there's COVID with school starting at the top of everyone's minds, but there's also wildfire, drought, homelessness. Again, I'll have all of that coming up for you starting on the later shows at 10 and 11.
Morgan, thank you. At least 11 people are dead and more than a dozen are hurt tonight after a van carrying about 24 people crashed. Investigators think most of the people are migrants. They say the overloaded van was top heavy and tipped over when the driver lost control on a curve on a remote South Texas highway. The van is designed to fit 15 people.
The search continues for 2 men wanted for a suspected hate crime in Mission Beach.
San Diego police say it happened Monday night near Belmont Park. A group of friends was having a bonfire when they were approached by another group. Soon after, things turned violent. The group says 2 men started yelling anti-LGBTQ slurs at them and even threw beer cans. This is video of all of that happening. One of the men even flashed a handgun. If you recognize the 2 men, you're asked to call police.
A man accused of hitting and injuring a National City police officer with his car and then just driving away has been arrested. Police say 27-year-old Santiago Ortega walked into National City Police headquarters today and turned himself in. Police also have his car secured as evidence. The officer was getting into his vehicle around 7 last night on National City Boulevard when he was hit. He was treated for arm and leg injuries at a nearby hospital and is recovering at home. Ortega faces 1 count of felony hit and run.
Fire crews made quick work of a brush fire in Valley Center this afternoon and protected several homes in the process. According to CAL FIRE, it started near the intersection of Old Castle and Lilac Roads around 1 and was moving slowly. Sheriffs evacuated at least 1 block of homes and several other blocks received a warning. By 2:30, CAL FIRE reported they had stopped the fire. It burned about 3 acres, and soon after, all residents in the area were able to go back home.
Still talking about a whole lot of heat out there. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis. Day 3 of the heat wave, and we still got 1 more to go. So still with the advisories in play for the inland valleys as well as for the mountains. We're talking about daytime highs upwards of 100 degrees across the valleys, as well as talking about 99 degrees, and that's going to be below 6,000 feet in our local mountains. Also still holding on to that excessive heat warning for the desert. Had some record-breaking temperatures for today across Southern California deserts. 8 p.m. is when both of these are set to expire, and daytime highs tomorrow right back into those 1-teens. We're starting to see the marine layer moving onshore, and so that's what helped keep temperatures a little bit more moderate closer towards the coast. You are still a few degrees above seasonal with the 70s, even stretching into areas with that marine layer. So 70s for daytime highs for Vista, the same for Miramar, and still talking about that inland heat into tomorrow. Elevated surf right along the coast. That's going to stick around with a surf up to about 6 feet for tomorrow. And we also have a cooling coming. So all those details are coming up. Carlo, Jesse.
Thanks, Carlene. After 14 months, the San Diego Workforce Partnership Career Centers are back to work, helping you to get to work. The centers have reopened for in-person help.
They can help with building your perfect resume or finding you the job. News 8's Heather Hope reports from the South County Center with how you can take advantage.
Here at the South County Career Center is what staff calls one of the best kept secrets right off the 5 freeway, where they're able to put you in touch with on-the-job training, skills tests, and even set you up with a career agent to help set you up directly with employment at a time when job seeking is at an all-time high in the pandemic.
If they are able to walk into the doors, they would be able to receive immediate assistance. They can meet with a career agent.
Now open to the public after being closed for in-person services since March 2020, the South County Career Center is the job seeker's one-stop shop.
This is the career center in which we provide job seekers with assistance for resume review, mock interviews. They come here and they basically are provided with assistance to look for jobs.
Director of Workforce Operations Maxine Suka has been helping San Diegans secure jobs for 10 years.
The tables have somewhat turned in this particular economy where you have more and more employers that are putting out incentives looking for the talent.
The Career Center located at 111 Bay Boulevard has more empty training rooms and unused computers, where pre-pandemic these spaces were filled with people in workshops and job trainings.
I searched the EDD employment for unemployment office, and I just saw that the office was here, so I came over here.
Salvador Torres was laid off his job last week and is at the South County Career Center searching for a new one.
Well, that's my main goal, get another construction job. I mean, it pays good.
In the meantime, he was able to get assistance in setting up an account to file for unemployment.
They have the computers here. They have help if you have a question. You know, not a lot of people have access to a computer.
Only 3 of the 6 San Diego Workforce Career Centers have reopened inside Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with mask wearing required. The career staff not only lists the in-demand occupations from manufacturing to food services and biotech, but they also provide long-term labor market research.
We want to make sure that they're being placed in employment that's sustainable for them and their families.
For more information about the San Diego Workforce Partnership, we've placed that on our website, cbs8.com, where they say employers are desperately looking for people with jobs in construction, hands-on, bricklaying, nursing, as well as dental assistants. Heather Hope, News 8.